Hey guys, how you doing? Chewy891 here, coming at you with another Marvel Crisis Protocol video. The affiliation list just got updated. This is a week late, but I'll take it better than anything. I mean, I'll take it. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what kind of issues they were having. Maybe with the Star Wars announcement and everything, maybe they just didn't have time. Not sure. Or maybe they were doing some last minute play testing on some stuff. I don't know. But it's here. So they added the Brotherhood of Mutants, Magneto, Mystique, Sabretooth, Toad. They added Beast and Wolverine to the Avengers. That's awesome. I think this is a great buff to the Avengers for both characters. I love Beast. We'll get into that in the second part of this video. So Cabal gets Magneto, Mystique, Sabretooth. That's awesome as well. I think that's a nice addition to the Cabal. Magneto's great. Very expensive. I mean, it would be hard for me to not choose. I'm still gonna choose MODOK over Magneto in this team, but you never know. People can. I mean, you could probably play and you probably change your mind over table time, right? And just see how it goes. But we'll see. Sabretooth, I love him. I do love him in Cabal. I mean, he has the range 2 attacks, but I mean, he moves long. Um, he can cause some problems. I like Sabretooth with Cabal Mystique as well. Um, and getting the extra part for damage or whatever it is, it's always a plus. Uncanny X-Men, Cyclops, Storm, Beast Wolverine, sorry. Wakanda gets Storm. That's great for them to have someone with a nice range of attacks. I just love Storm with Wakanda. I just think it's awesome. I mean, if you read the comics, I mean, she married T'Challa at some point, so that's cool. Web Warriors get Daredevil. This is the shocker of the day. I did not think the Web Warriors were gonna. I didn't think anybody else was gonna get uh, anything new for the affiliations. Daredevil is a Web Warrior. That pretty much scratches Spider-Man. I'm kidding. I mean, not really, but I mean, Daredevil's gonna be on. He's so good. I love Daredevil. He moves along. I love him for 4 threat. Physical energy attacks, blanks count as successes. Um, you pair him up. I mean, now he gets rerolls on top of that with Miles if he's contesting stuff. Like it's a match made in heaven. I think it's gonna be awesome. I just don't think you're not gonna see a team Spider-Man, Daredevil, depending on points, right? So I'm pretty sure you're gonna see Spider-Man, Daredevil, Venom, right? If they're running 4, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Ghost Spider, Venom. You would have to really do some convincing. Like I think Peter is gonna be matchup specific, right? I think if you want to play a game that keeps people off of points, you want to score at maybe I could see putting in Peter. But I mean, Daredevil has the push as well. I don't know. This is gonna be tough, but I just don't see. And maybe I'll change my mind tomorrow. But I just don't see Web Warriors not taking Daredevil in their lineup at all. He's awesome. I played him a lot with Defenders. I love them with Defenders. I mean, if anybody thinks differently, please let me know. Comment down below. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love him with Defenders. I've had a successful time with him. I don't know. I think this is an awesome addition to the Web Warriors. Hands down. Beast. Add some of that Beast to the Avengers. Forget about it. Wolverine, too. I'll take Wolverine with the Defenders as well. I'll just basically for me. I mean, that might be just that might. I think I'm just gonna add it to my list for Defenders. I don't know. It's either replace Daredevil or just add Wolverine. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play with some lists now. I mean, he's a Defender officially now, so that's cool. I'll take it. Granted, this was announced like a week ago, but now it's official. So let's get to the other part of this video that I wanted to get to that I couldn't get to yesterday. Well, I did get to yesterday, but for some reason my software didn't want to render my video, so I couldn't get that out the way I wanted to. So I'm getting it out today. Hopefully, we'll see what happens if my software decides to play nice today. So right now, one of the main parts of the video, I want to touch upon 5 characters that I think will see the table a lot more. I did a video a couple weeks ago about cards that I think will see the table a lot more going forward, especially now with Daredevil being added. Well, not really. Well, we'll see. Anyway, these are just 5 characters I think will just see the table more with the addition of the Brotherhood, the Uncanny X-Men, other teams that have come out. I think just these characters are just going to be nice additions to those teams, and I think it gives them life, and they're probably going to see the table a lot more. You're probably wondering. I mean, you're probably saying, "Oh my God, we see Taskmaster Beast a lot." I don't. I mean, I see Taskmaster every now and then. Then again, I've not played online a lot lately, so maybe you know, maybe he has been. I don't know. But for me, in my games, I really didn't. I really haven't seen Taskmaster. I played him a few times. I like him. I like what he does. But anyway, let's get into what I'm talking about here. So Beast, um, I I think he's viable on every team. Just my opinion. I don't think there's a team he's not viable on. Maybe as Guardians you can make a debate where I don't not as Guardians. I'm sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy where you're like maybe doesn't fit here, but I don't know. I think he can play well there too. I mean I don't know. You do the well. Let's get into what he's got. So range moves medium, 6 health, 4 physical defense, 2 energy, 3 mystic. Good physical defense is awesome. After this attack is resolved, he gains power for the first attack, which is pretty par for the course. It's range 3, which is good. So medium range 3. I mean, pretty sure turn 1 he's going to get an attack off, which is good. The point is, if you get the wild on this, you get to place within 1. And I've always loved these abilities. I mean, placing within 1 is a really nice placement for you. For example, if somebody does it, if you're playing herbs and somebody wants to block the herb, what you then do is you do this attack, place within 1, now you're within 1 of the herb, and Beast can pick it up and find a way out of there, basically. I mean, he can basically ping pong his way out of there. You know, because like let's say for example, let's say somebody's blocking an herb, and you pull off acrobatic strike. You place within 1. You go ahead. You gain your power. You pick it up. Next turn, you find a character within 3. You do the attack. You have to basically fish for the wild. So that's the other part to this too. I mean, the wild is 1 out of 8. So I mean, there's a possibility you don't get the wild and you don't get to place within 1. But if depending on how much power you're gained, you're pretty much going to run animalistic freestyle that next turn, which I'm going to get to in a second. But the point is, okay, you have the herb, you run this, you can place within 1 and then do something else. Like Beast can get that herb to the other side pretty quickly, depending on what the positioning is and all that stuff. So then we get to his next attack. After 2, it's range 2, 6 dice, 4 power, pretty expensive. But I think you gain that 4 power pretty quickly, depending on how die rolls work, and depending on what team you have him on, right? So after this attack is resolved, and cards you're playing too, like Advance R&D, etc. So after this attack is resolved, the target character gains bleed. That's always good. Putting out conditions is always good. They creep up on you. You don't realize how much they're affecting your game or anything like that. So conditions are a real thing. He has the float like which is basically a push away small. I'm not a fan of this. I wish this was a throw. Size 3 or less. Pushes are fine. It's just I feel like Beast. I mean Beast. Like in general, like my vision of Beast is him like getting angry and picking somebody up and just throw. I just don't see push. I don't like that. But it's fine. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I just for the character, I think a throw would have been more awesome here. Probably would have made it too good. Maybe that's why they made it a push. Maybe it was just too good. I don't know. And the key to part of this is that you get a free movement afterwards. So, scenario A, right? Or scenario B, I'm sorry. Or whatever. You do the attack, place within 1, pick up the herb. You have enough power to do animalistic freestyle. Let's say you don't do anything and let's say you don't do any damage, right? It's a free advanced medium. So now what you got here is you got a situation where, let's say for example you want to change it up. Let's say, now I'm going off on a tangent. I'm sorry. Let me get to the point here. So you have the herb. Let's say you have someone else within range 3, right? They're in a certain position. Okay. Let's say they're in the middle of the map or something. I don't know. You do the attack. You fish for the wild. You get it. Let's just say you get it. You place within 1. That's your first action. Okay. Depending on where they are. I mean, that's like I said. It's almost a range 4 movement if you think about it. I mean, maybe it's not, but I have to. Depending on the base size and all that stuff, it's pretty huge. So you do that. Place within 1. You pull off animalistic freestyle because you have to take into account that you're going to gain some power from the acrobatic strike. You do animalistic freestyle. You don't need a while for the movement. So now in a objective where you can't move twice, you can only move once then attack. You did your 2 actions. you placed, and then you went ahead and moved medium. That I would have to look at how the board is set up, but you can probably score that objective turn 2. Possibly. Not saying that you can't. I'd have to play it out on the map, right? Maybe I'll do that at some point. Maybe I'll take a look. I don't know. But it totally depends on if somebody wants to block the herb. I don't know if someone... I've had someone do that to me when I was trying to do a turn 1 herb run. That's funny. Bars. And they blocked it with Kingpin. It was very, very effective. It just depends if they're playing it like that and whatever. And if that's a scenario. Like, that's a cool little situation where you can score at that turn 2 or something. It's pretty awesome. I like this. He just has baser instincts. This is just size 2, pick him up, throw him small. Terrain feature, character, whatever. I really wish it was size 3, but that's okay. Stars and Garters is what makes this character, in my opinion. Not just the attacks too. This. Rerolls are awesome. I will take rerolls over a whole bunch of dice any day of the week. Rerolls are strong. You mix this with Web Warriors. I mean, forget about it, right? Mix this with Wakanda. It's awesome. The list goes on and on. So after this character rolls defense or dodge dice, right? It may spend up to 3 power to play this. For each power spent, you re-roll one of its defense or dodge dice. That's pretty good. So if somebody wants to, focus on beasts or anything like that, you're probably going to survive the first that first couple of attacks. Which is good. It keeps him alive. He doesn't die quickly. I mean, granted, you're going to have situations where you roll badly, but you have to roll badly for this not to work, I like it. You just put on a team like Defenders where I can just pump more defense dice, and I could, depending on how my rolls are, let's say, for example, someone does a physical attack on me. Why? I don't know, but they just say the physical attack. I pump him with dice. He goes up to 6. I roll my defense dice. Let's just say I roll 2 blocks, and I have like 2 blanks or a failure. And he did like 3 or 4 damage. I have another opportunity to spend more power to reroll those 2 blanks, to get some blocks. Or just roll one of them as a block and I just reduce it to 1 damage. Or I get the God roll and I block everything, I like him a lot. And then he has the, if he rolls a failure, he gains a power, which is cool. So he's him getting power, it's not going to be hard to do to pull off all this stuff. I just like him on every team. Injured side doesn't change, so about the same. So Black Dwarf, I think we're going to see him a lot more. We should see him a lot more. He's a walking bodyguard. I will for sure be playing him. I'm not for sure. I mean, I'm debating between him and another character. We'll get to that in a minute. So Black Dwarf, he moves small. He's got the -1 damage. He's a Black Order character. He's already blocking it. This is the thing. He's already blocking a damage. Just put it like that. He starts the game blocking a damage already. That should be more than enough to tell you anything. Attacks are just average, range 2 to 3, gains power, brutal, and does stagger. But this is the thing about the character. Like I said, he's a walking bodyguard. And what do I mean by that is, when this character first came out, I misread it. I thought this was just bodyguard like Captain America, and he had to be within 2 of you. No, he has to be within 2 of an enemy character. Okay? 2 of an enemy character. So you can just basically put this guy on his own island, move him on a character that's been bothering you, or you want to just okay. There's like, for example, you have a character that's been harassing Doctor Strange. You want to take away a couple of attacks or an attack. You just put Black Dwarf on that character as long as he's within range 2 of the character that's attacking you. He takes the damage. I mean, he takes the attack. And like I said, he's pretty tanky. So with the -1 damage, you're already blocking an attack. You just roll dice and see what happens. I mean, it's a wasted attack for a character. It's awesome. I mean, he is hampered by Wolf Small, but he has a huge base. He'll make up for it. There's also that card that came out, Extreme Conditioning, that makes him move long. You can pull that off turn 1. He moves long, put him on a character that you just want him to harass, and they got to deal with him. Period. Sorry about that. They got to deal with him. He has a throw, which is size 4 or less, which is awesome as well, too. Throws at medium. I mean, everything about Black Dwarf. 4th threat, I love him at 4th threat. I mean, everything he does at 4, justifiable on your list. Put it like that. Injured side goes up to 2 health, goes up to 8. So now he's harder to kill. A couple of games ago, about a month ago, I fielded him with the defenders and I loved him. He took so many attacks, it was insane. He tanked a lot of it, kept Doctor Strange alive, kept other characters alive, and was able to kill characters. Like that was the best. That was the other part of it too. He got rid of problems and helped you with the problems that you have to deal with. He's just amazing. I could. There isn't a team that I don't think I think he'd be bad in. That's just how I see it. But yeah, I haven't seen enough of Black Dwarf. I think we'll see a lot more of him. This one's a bit of a stretch, I know. But with the addition of the Brotherhood, I do like Captain Marvel in that team, and I think we'll see her a little bit more. See her more table time if people play the Brotherhood. The reason why I like her is because of Magneto's ability when terrain features get destroyed. Um, he's basically an advanced R&D. So basically, if the building's size 4, you hand out 1 power to 4 characters, right? So with that being said, she does have a throw as well, the Danvers special. Um, Basically, if you think about it, she picks up something that's size 3 or less, throws it. 3 characters gain a power. You can just give her the power, and that's a 2-cost throw, right? If you think about it, right? So it's minus, plus what you gain a power. Well, you do it, and then you gain a power. It's basically a 2 power throw. And then I think it's a faster way to get up to binary. Like, that's the other issue, too. Binary is 5 power. It's pretty expensive. It's half of what you pay for, but it's really good once you go into binary. And she adds 2 dice to its attack and defense rolls. Like, when she goes into binary, she's just hard to deal with, in my opinion. I just think she's going to play a lot more in the... I think she's just going to play a lot more in the Brotherhood. That's why I think she'll see the table a little bit more. Or I think people just give her a second look. If you're playing Brotherhood, if you're playing Cabal too. Give her another look, man. I mean, 4th threat. I mean, she's not that bad. I mean, I'm not the biggest Captain Marvel fan. I could see her in some teams, man. I mean, I think she's viable. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just give her a chance. I will, for sure. Ebony Maw is a character I don't see a lot of. Granted, he's 5 threat, right? But this character was psychic. I mean, I'm going to be pairing... Okay. I want to try a list. I'm going to replace Ghost Rider. So I have a list, because Ghost Rider's in all my Defenders list. I'm going to try a list and replace Ghost Rider with Ebony Maw. I want to try him with the Defenders. I know he's expensive, and everybody's like, he's, I've heard arguments about Ebony Maw. They're like, man, people don't think he's that good. I don't know. I mean, what I like about Ebony Maw with the Defenders, I can change his psychic attacks to physical or energy. The flexibility of that, and I could put out conditions rather effectively. I mean, range 4 attacks are huge. He hits from far distance. He moves medium. His health is 7. I mean, his physical and energy defense is weak, but Doctor Strange can help out with that with pumping him with defense dice. And then also he has his if I make this, this if this character is targeted by an attack or would make a dodge roll, you may use a superpower. This character uses its psychic defense instead now for the defense or dodge. Magneto has the same thing as well. And he can always do it because he gains 2 additional power at the beginning of the power phase. I'm sorry, during the power phase. I apologize. During the power phase, he gains 2 additional, so he's always at 3 power. So he can always pull this off. And he has a throw. I mean, he has a telekinetic powerhouse, which is any building size 4 or less, which is awesome. Within range 3, right? So think about it. Within range 3, and then throw it long. The super can only be used once per turn. That's awesome. And so now think about it. He could do that. Pair him up with Magneto. He throws a building that's size 4. Throws it long. He can possibly daze a character, depending on how much damage is dealt beforehand, or whatever. That's 5 damage you're dealing out if they don't roll a defense dice. So he can daze a character turn 1. Not just that. Not only you did that. Now you gave 4 characters a power. You can give excuse me, you can give a character a power back and 3 other characters. So Brotherhood, Defenders, I see Ebony Maw. I see the potential. If you're playing either of those teams, I would take a second look at Ebony Maw for a 5 threat and put him in there. I am. I've thought about this character all day today. I looked at him. I'm like, I just don't see enough of him. And he can use the Minder Space Gem. The Mind Gem is awesome. Maybe I'll play him with the Mind Gem. I don't know. I just don't think he needs the gem. My personal opinion. Other people might think differently. I like him at 5 threat just the way he is. They could have literally kept that off and I'll be fine with him. What sucks is he goes to his injured side and he's 4 health. But I mean, he has Mind Over Matter. He has Doctor Strange helping him out. If you're playing Defenders, if you're playing Brotherhood, he will probably die the minute he goes to his injured side. But he should survive a lot of attacks because of Mind Over Matter. So we'll see. I think Ebony Maw will see some playtime, especially with Brotherhood and Defenders. Taskmaster. He deals with problems. That's all I need to say about him. He's a rogue agent. He has tier affiliation. He deals with problems. So you always want to put this character on their 5 or 6 or something. You always want to put him on the problem character. Why I say that is because he has, well, let's just read his kit, right? I mean, right now he has range 2 attacks. He has a shield throw. Typical stuff up here. I mean, damage dealt, gains power. Wild, you gain bleed. Cool. Shield throw, I think everybody pretty much knows what that does. Mnemonic technique, which is only 2 power. Add dice to the attack roll equal to the target's physical defense. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you see mnemonic technique and you're like, oh man. Like, Thor has 4. Like, this character has 4. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yeah, if I put him on top of, he could probably handle him, you know? That's why I love him. And the flexibility with adding to the affiliation is awesome. The target character cannot modify or reroll defense dice. Venom has that. And it's awesome. When they can't reroll a die, it's like, oh, shoot. You know? They're probably dead. So let's get into his superpowers. I mean, after attack targeting this character is resolved, I can use a superpower. If the attacker's within 3, roll 4 dice. Deal 1 damage to the attacker for each crit and... I'm sorry, Jesus, I can't think. Each wild rolled, which is good. I mean, 2 out of 8. You can probably do on 4 dice. Maybe a damage or 2. I mean, if you roll the nuts, you can do 4 damage. But, you know, don't rely on that. But it can happen. If the attacker has already targeted this character with an attack this turn, roll 6 dice. The thing about this thing is, photographic reflexes, rapid fire, he goes through rapid fire. That's the whole point of this. He goes through rapid fire. Right now, there's certain characters who have that. He goes through it. Enough said. He's always going to get 6 dice on them, basically, on the rapid fire. Just to put it like that. Okay? If an enemy character targets this character with this next one, intuitive pattern recognition. I love this. If an enemy character targets this character with an attack and has already targeted this character with an attack this turn, add 2 dice to the defense roll. So, 2 to physical, 2 to energy, 2 to psychic. You play defenders, you add 2 more to that. Enough said. When this character is defending against physical or energy attack, targeting from within range 2, this character adds blanks to its defense. My God, I can't speak today, guys. I'm sorry. To its total successes. So you just got to get within range 2. So that's what I'm saying. He's always on top of you. So just put him on top of problem characters and have him deal with them. They have to address him. They can't leave him alone. Otherwise, he's going to daze you. Or just be on top and be a pest. I love Taskmaster. There's no way I don't see him on a lot of lists. He should be on almost every list, in my opinion. And again, this is brand new, so maybe this is why I haven't seen him enough. But this is just from my experiences in my games. I have not, But I think there's no way he's not going to get played. But him and Beast, auto includes, in my opinion. Black Dwarf, you can debate. I think Black Dwarf you might consider as an semi-auto include. Depends on what you're doing. Captain Marvel, if you want to get spicy, you want to try something new. I think Captain Marvel fits well with Brotherhood, in my opinion. I think she fits well with Cabal. Just give her a chance. Ebony Maw, Brotherhood, Defenders. I think he could fit another. Maybe I can maybe make an argument for Avengers, but on those two teams specifically, Cabal maybe too. But again, you have to justify MODOK over him. You're gonna take MODOK, period. But Defenders, Brotherhood, I think this character fits just well, just amazing. All right. So that's it. I mean, that's it for me today, guys. Let me know what you guys think. My opinions here about the affiliation list. What do you guys think about Daredevil being a web warrior? What do you guys think about Wolverine and Beast being an Avenger and Wolverine being a Defender? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Well, also, what do you think about the 5 characters? I think that we'll see more tabletop time. Give me your opinion. If you think I'm wrong, if I've if you've seen something differently, if you have seen these characters pop up a lot more lately, let me know. Tell me. I could be missing something. I haven't played in a little bit online, so let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. That's it for me. Take care. Have a good one. Remember to like the video if you like the video. Unlike the video if you don't like the video. Subscribe if you like to. I'm going to try to get these videos out a lot more frequently. The other day, I just saw that my top 5 cards had 35 views. I mean, I think that's one of my highest view count videos, so that's cool. So it led me to this video. So I'll definitely want to do a lot more. So, anyways, guys, take care. Have a blessed day, and keep playing MCP. It's an amazing game. Play it on Tabletop Simulator if you don't want to go out to your local store, or go out to your local store and play the game. Be safe, though. You know, put on a mask, all that stuff. And that's it, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Chewy 891 out.